watching this video, it's about Alliance tournaments. But do you know that 93% of all language is nonverbal? That means it's body language. You need to be looking at me when I tell you, spend your currency in that event store for the Alliance tournaments. Spend it. Spend it all. Don't save it. Don't do it. All right, now on to the video.
Fancy intro music, yeah! Woohoo!
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Star Trek Fleet Man video, where today we're going to talk about Alliance tournaments. And number one, I actually want to start this video with how you actually obtain the currency, because there's a little bit of confusion there. Now, hopefully everybody's already gotten theirs, and those who are actually experiencing issues, don't worry, those have been passed on to the team. So for those who got like relegated when you shouldn't have, hopefully I'll have more information to follow up with y'all here soon, but just know that they are aware of the problems. But I don't think everybody understands exactly how to get the Emerald Chain. So I actually wanted to use server 710 as my example, because this is the alliance where I'm actually the leader. So if you're looking for a new server to play on, come to 710. We're goofy. You don't even have to join us. You can join somebody else. But here we are with Emerald Chain level 3. So here's how it actually works. As you go through, you're going to score in whatever league that you're in, obviously with your alliance. The alliance leader has an SMS that the rest of you can't see, called Emerald Chain SMS. Depending on what you place in your various rank, you will then earn points that pay out, well, exactly what you would expect, Emerald Chain. So we got third place, so we got 6,000 points. Thus, we scored, right here at our various Emerald Chain XPs, adding in, all the different rewards you can win. But this SMS being clear, big thing, collect it as an alliance leader, and then you have to go into your actual alliance chain right here, collect your winnings. You see this alliance made it to rank 3. This is a very low level, brand new alliance, but still pretty neato. But that's how we were able to do it here. So with those steps, everybody got to enjoy the Emerald Chain bonuses. Let's swap back over to our other account on server 20. Look at the same thing. So this one made it to 6, which is nice because the repair cost efficiency, and we also got damage to Q trials. That's a nice bonus. Repair speed, whole health, all very nice. So keep in mind, these are all based on your individual abilities. And here is your walkthrough on claiming the award. So let's talk about spending in the Alliance store, what has value to you, the player, and what you should go after. And obviously I'll be focusing on a lot of things that I would say apply to our free-to-play and our low spenders. But generally speaking, I'm gonna try to give as much information out as I can that would apply to everybody. Now, if you remember at the very beginning of this video, I screamed at you. Why? Because you got all the little walkthroughs right here, which you might not have clicked. And again, it is good to click through this, but what you might not have clicked is the actual tokens themselves. Using the Alliance Tournament Store, gain more by completing or competing in Alliance Tournaments. Credits do not carry over between rounds of Alliance Tournaments. Now, should they? Absolutely. I'm not going to argue that they should. In fact, if you were here, yes, the body language is saying 100% agree. They should persist. But pay attention. Don't. So until that actually starts happening, pay attention to what you want to go after and use every bit that you can. You see, I've only got 20 left. So let's start talking about what I think people should go after. And the number one thing that I personally want to highlight are free primes. Why do I want to highlight free primes? Well, number one, the primes. Number two, by extension, most of you probably aren't buying them. So I think they're going to apply to most people. Now, if you are watching and you're a high-level player or a spender, don't worry. I will kind of give my recommends for that. Just kind of wait till the end of the video. For this one, though, I really wanted to highlight primes because one thing I do want to do is when Scopely does a good thing, I want to give them praise for it. So I'm actually going to pull up this sheet that you've seen before and highlight something. As of today, there are 188 primes in the game, right? That's including all the multi-levels. Of those, 116 now have a free-to-play path, with Alliance tournaments being a big reason as why. So we are now up to 62% of the primes in the game have a free-to-play path. Now, before anybody says anything in the comment section down below, because I know that's going to happen, yes, every single thing, 100% should have a free-to-play path. Absolutely. But if you remember and you've been around here a while, you would know that that prime has been as low as 30 to 40% of them have been available. So we have been pushing them, and over the past year, they've absolutely been adding more. So that matters, especially to a lot of alliances. And I got to talk to a lot of alliance leaders last night. In fact, one of the best things about Alliance tournaments for me personally was getting to just in-game talk to people from different servers. It was really neat. Now, sadly, those chats don't persist. Would have been nice. But I got to talk to a lot of the Alliance leaders, and what they said was, echoing my sentiments. Being able to help their free-to-play players and their low-spender players is huge. So number one, I think this should apply to everybody here. And if you are in, I think, at least the Adept League or above, this applies to you. You need to go after Prime Syndicate Particles. Now, why that one? So this is something that, especially the lower level you are, the more beneficial it is. Gives you this one right here. Gives you Prime Syndicate XP, doubling the amount that you pull every day. And if you are a lower level player especially, this has a tremendous amount of value. Now, as you get up in levels, maybe you're in the mid 50s, the upper 50s, you're in the 60s. That's not providing that much compared to what other sources are. That said, it's still more Syndicate Prime, and we know Syndicate Prime has value. But again, I understand there are players out there who are watching this video who have maxed their Syndicate Prime, so ignore this recommendation. But truly, even then, it would have some value because, as Scopely has reminded you, if you are around our chats, it rolls over. So if they release new Syndicate levels, anything that you're currently earning rolls into those new levels. But this would be my number one. In fact, on my low level account, this is what I focused on, and as well as on this account, server 20, as well. But that's simply number one. What would be number two here? Because I do think there are really, really good options. Number two, in terms of primes that I'm going after, is actually right above it, the Prime Ship Particle. Now, there are two different primes this actually works for, so you can make a decision of which one to go after. Now, for the sake of my account, I'm showing you the G5 version, but if you go to the Xborg tree, there's a G4 version as well. So you have G4 Prime parts cost and G5 parts cost, both costing this same particle down here. So go on the Xborg tree, enjoy the looties, and you just kind of pick what you want to go after. So if you're focusing more on the deep future, you'll go after G5 for some of you. If you are focusing on, say, the near future, maybe you're in the 40s and you want to make those better and you're saying, hey, I'm going to do enough Alliance tournaments eventually to where I'll just get multiple, well, then do that. So again, this one is split, so you have to pick which one you want. So there's the G4 one, and here's the G5 one. You'll see they cost the same amount, just kind of planning for the future of what you go after. But that's my number two in terms of which free primes do I go after, which ones have the most value for me long term. And then number three is one that's not going to be as available to everybody because of where you have to be to earn it, but it's this one down here, the Prime Cosmic Particle. So right down here, why do I like this one? Because this research is one of the longest lasting researches in the game. Now keep in mind that this research I'm talking about lasts, if you are a G3 player, tremendous value, right? You see right up there, the G3 through G5 Prime research efficiency. This one is to the Cosmic Particle is going to give you a lot of gameplay. You can access this as soon as level 30. So this is something that if you have access to this league, arguably might be the most important because it lasts through G3, G4, G5. And even though more researches will come, further de-efficientizing this efficiency research, it's still very valuable. And this is something that probably would have been my number one if everybody had access to it, but by nature, not everybody has access to this particle because you do have to be in a higher league to get it. So that's kind of one of the drawbacks. That doesn't mean it's bad by any stretch. It just means that maybe you don't have access to it, so it isn't as valuable for you as, say, the other ones that I just mentioned, like the Prime Syndicate Particle and like the Ship one. It's not that it's bad. It's just you might not have access to it, but if you do, this is a tremendous value. Unless on the second side of things, you are like this account, server 20, and you're already halfway through the 50s. I mean, if you've already kind of pushed halfway through your G5 research, then it's, again, not going to have much value. But for a lot of players, that is going to be extremely, extremely good. Now, there's more than just the primes that are good here. In fact, I encourage people to grab this. Why? Because it's on sale. Essentially, it's on sale. It's McCoy's Hypo Spray. If you'll notice the cost of the other ones, the Earth Science Institute scanner and the Quark scanner, it's literally 1/5 of the cost. And this, in my opinion, is one of the better artifacts, giving you a whole health boost to your battleships, which, for me, the Vorcha, the Tribune, even the Monavine, all getting big, big bumps up because I've made it to level 8 now on my McCoy's Hypo Spray. So that's a nice run because the cost was so low. I'll be honest, I highly doubt this maintains the cheapness here, take advantage of it now if you're watching this video when this video came out. But you do want to keep an eye out for maybe a Scopely oopsie or whatever here and there, or maybe things that get priced out super cheap that maybe shouldn't be super cheap, like the Breen energy dampener, for example. Unlock this to get Mantis related rewards in the refinery, and then you're seeing what it increases for the various things. Is that worth going after? I mean, it's cheap, it's a discount. Sure. It's not on my high list of priorities, but it is there, right? And the bonuses that you get in the refinery can be a little bit of lanyard, as you say down here in Louisiana. It's a little bit extra. Also, going after these right here, these FTs. Why are all these FTs valuable? Well, it's the same price as the Breen, but I'd say they're pretty cheap, relatively speaking. And remember, these FTs have a refinery attached to them as well, giving you more tier-up catalysts. So there are a few different good things in this system. In fact, one of the things I will praise about Alliance tournaments is I do feel like the reward structure is quite nice. Doesn't mean it's perfect, because it's not. The events themselves need to be adjusted. Every task should have a reward, Scopely. That's my strong opinion. I think most of the people in this channel will agree. So all those tasks you added, step in the right direction, still a long way from being perfect. But as far as the store goes, those are the 3 primes I would focus on. The artifacts and FTs that I think have value. And then, of course, depending on who you are as a player, maybe other things have value as well. Like going after the PvE, Tarka's isolytic weapon. Going after officers that you maybe not have in terms of PvP officers. Whatever those are. Enjoy. If you have questions about specific things, don't hesitate to reach out to me. But hopefully this video gives you the help that you need. Shout out to all the amazing people who make this happen. You. Live long and plunder. Stay safe for the Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. Catch you on the next Star Trek Fleet Command video. Remember, body language, nonverbal, 93% of all communication. Oh, yeah. Powerful stuff.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.